Good morning and welcome to the Core Connection. I'm Mira Rubin here with you on Enlightened World Network. And today's topic is creation. And it may not be what you think. I'm not talking about the beginning of creation. I'm talking about creation that we generate on an ongoing basis. But before we get started, let's just take a minute to settle in and become present. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it and let all that oxygen flow through your body, through your cells, through your bloodstream, into your lungs, and out back through you, enlivening you and invigorating you. And as you exhale, exhale any tension in your neck, in your jaw, in your shoulders, your hips, your knees. And then just let's take another deep breath in through your nose. And this time imagine that it's sparkling white light just coursing through your being and beyond, connecting you inside and out with the universe around you. And now let's just take our palms and press them gently together and softly rub your fingers against your palms. Feel your fingers and the tingling in them. Feel the tingling in your palms. And just bring yourself present right here, right now. So welcome. I want to say thank you for being here with me today. This is awesome. It is Wednesday, and we're going to talk about creation. So good morning, Dido. Welcome. So glad you're here, and so glad that everybody else who's joining us is here. And I want to engage you in a discussion of creation, because in every moment of every day, we are creating our experience, and we're generating opportunities for expansion or contraction. We're creating all the time. And when we get in touch with our creatorship, when we get in touch with the fact that we really are creating our experience, then it opens up a whole new world of choice that we can exercise. So for everybody who's here with us listening and participating, I hope you're going to participate. I would love it if you would just take a moment to think about what it is you want to create for today. What are you going to create today? And what I'm asking about is not necessarily things in the world, but maybe I'm going to create an expanded sense of freedom for myself. I'm going to create wonderful connections with the people that I come in contact with today. I'm going to create openings for new possibilities. So how about if you chime in with what you would like to create for yourself today? And as we start flexing this muscle of creativity and creation, what happens is that we become more adept at it, and we become more conscious creators in our world. So it might feel like a little bit of a stretch, but if you look at what your day is, or you look at what your life is, and you look at what you desire, what you would like, let's make some declarations about what we're going to create today as an intention. So I'm going to create more joy today. I'm going to create enthusiasm about life. I'm going to create an opening and feeling of expansiveness when it comes to time and the things that that are on my plate for today. I'm going to create, really what I'm talking about here is creating inner states of being that we really generate anyway. So why not just take a conscious hand in it? And I'm going to create resolution around things that have been bothering me. I'm going to create what else can we create that's wonderful? I'm going to create magic and surprises. So chime in and let me know what you would like to create today, and what does it mean to do that? Like, how do we generate those things? Well, first, the key is to have an intention. So, good morning, Jennifer. Jennifer Reeser says, I'm going to create more joy and expansion in my mind and spread it everywhere I can. Jennifer, that's awesome. And by just declaring that, by putting your intention to create more joy and expansion, already just in that moment when you declare it, Jennifer, doesn't it open you up? Like, don't you feel more enlivened making that declaration and saying, hey, that's what I'm going to create today? And all of a sudden it creates a new context for how you live into your day, which is a beautiful thing, because we get to set the tone. Good morning, Faye Gottschalk Williams. So glad you're here joining us. I'm wondering, what are you going to create today? So we're talking about how we create our experience and we create our lives. Dido says, today I'd like to create a sense of ease and expansiveness about the things I'm doing today. So Dido, just up to that point, there are certain days of the week that I have booked back to back without time for anything in between, from morning to night. And I've had days like that, and I have actually, on some of those days, I have said, okay, I'm going to create expansiveness today. I'm going to create enough time to do everything I need to do, because the way my schedule was, I didn't have any extra time to do the things that also were calling to be done. And magically, things opened up. Somebody canceled an appointment that was going to take an hour and a half, took an hour, and I ended up with all the time I needed to do everything I needed to do or wanted to do in that day. And it was with a sense of ease and grace. So intend, just say, today I'm going to create expansiveness. I'm going to create plenty of time to do what I need to do, and see what kind of magic comes from that. And Jennifer says, yes, it took all the tension when she declared that she was going to create joy and expansiveness. It took all the tension I was holding on to and released it with my out breath. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's amazing how miraculous this can be. So Dido, if you say, okay, like, I'm creating expansiveness today, I'm just asking, does it feel more expansive to you? Do you feel freer when you make that declaration? Instead of I'd like to create, how about I am creating? I'm creating ease and expansiveness. And just in that moment, you feel that ease and expansiveness. If you allow yourself to, that then pushes that energy out into your day and makes magic happen. It's extraordinary how all this stuff works. It is rather magical, I think. So, Faye, I'm wondering, what are you creating today? What would you like to see in your day that will brighten your heart? And I'm creating greater lightness in my day. I'm creating, I am creating really powerful, compassionate, authentic connection with people. Yeah, so what are you guys creating? And what does it take to create it? So the thing is that so many of us, just because we're kind of patterned this way, so many of us create discomfort or dissatisfaction or misery for ourselves. Why? Because we look into what we're doing for the day, for instance, and we're saying, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I feel really disappointed in this, that, or the other thing. What that's doing is the same thing, really, as what we were doing a minute or two ago, which is I'm choosing to create expansiveness and joy. If we are we are creating our experience through our self-talk, through oftentimes unconscious uh, patterning, emotional patterning that says, oh, it's another day. Oh, I still have all this stuff to do. Oh, I didn't do this yesterday. Oh, I never have enough time. And so by those, we can imagine that all of these things in self-talk are sort of little magic spells that we're placing on ourselves and our day. And so why not look at taking 5 minutes even in the beginning of the day, and maybe time later in the day, and choose what we're going to create. So what else would you like to create today? um, Chime in and let me know, and let's share and see how it feels when you say, I'm creating stress. Well, that doesn't feel so good. I mean, really, truly, if you if you are conscious of it, why would you do that, right? But we do it unconsciously in so many ways. And I'm just inviting you to be a conscious creator today and see how it works for you. And even if there's a circumstance where something happens and it's like, oh, this is just unbelievable, in that moment when that circumstance arises that might be a challenge to you, take the remembrance of this morning and say, what am I choosing to create? What am I going to create from this? I'm going to create that I move through this easily. I'm going to create that something good is right around the corner, or I'm going to create that that I have a deeper and richer appreciation for all the wonderful things in my life. I'm going to create a greater experience of gratitude. Gratitude's such a powerful, powerful transformational thing. If we're having a challenge, we're having a tough day, we're having difficult circumstances, finding the place of gratitude is so completely transformational, because when you really tap in to being grateful, even for the things that we take for granted, like in this time of COVID, there are people that are dying because they can't breathe. And if we can just have gratitude for the ability and the gift of oxygen, and being able to take that oxygen into our bodies and enliven ourselves with it, it's pretty remarkable. Jennifer says, I'm creating peace and calm. And when you say that, Jennifer, don't you feel a greater sense of peace and calm? It's amazing, right? Because we can invoke these things. When we declare it, we're invoking that, and our mind is kind of like a heat-seeking missile. It's programmed. We program it all the time, and we have the ability by making these declarations and presencing ourselves to our desires, we have the ability to invoke them and to bring them forth in the world. So Faye Gottschalk Williams says, gonna create a space of allowing, and remember to be awareness of what the universe is trying to show me. That's beautiful, Faye. So a space of allowing. So if I say, I'm creating a space of allowing, what happens inside of me when I do that is that I feel an expansiveness, like I feel kind of this opening that is making room for whatever's coming in. And so there's this wonderful allowing that just emerges. Faye, is that what your experience is as you say that? I'm creating a space of allowing, and um, looking at what the universe is trying to show you. So maybe there's a sense of wonder and a sense of curiosity that comes along with that allowing. Good afternoon to you, Hope Wellington Marshall. It's morning here, but good afternoon to you, and I invite you to join us in being creators. We're being conscious creators this morning. So, what is it that you would like to? Actually, you said God afternoon, Mira. Hope, and I just noticed that, and maybe that's what you're creating is a greater experience of connection to the universal, although I don't know if that was deliberate, but it's beautiful. And maybe you'll engage with us and say what it is you're creating in your day. You know, we're creating all kinds of things here. So Jennifer's creating gratefulness in all that serves me, my mind, my body, and the universe, and my God. And I am creating an open mind and heart and spirit. And that is so amazing. It's beautiful as you declare these things, as you create these things. What's happening is that your mind is saying, oh, okay, that's what I'm creating. What does that feel like? And allow yourself to feel the feeling of the expansiveness. And Jennifer's creating patience. You're on a roll here, Jennifer. Isn't it amazing? By creating all these things, by declaring them into being, we are generating them inside ourselves. I'm creating patience. Again, that's giving me a feeling of expansiveness as I tune into what it is to create patience, and sort of a deep calm with that. So patience is like is the allowing, and the expansiveness to just be present to things as they emerge, which is such a gift. So what else are we creating? Let's create a greater experience of beauty in the world. That's one of the things that I'm really awed and inspired by, is the beauty in the world. And as I allow myself greater awareness of it, I just feel so enlivened and lifted. And Hope says, definitely creating more abundance in health and wealth as my God self. Beautiful. And when you feel that sense of abundance and health and like expanded wealth, the wealth of everything surrounding us in the universe, if we recognize that we are part of this world and this world is part of us, then everything here is is ours and is our wealth. You know, at the same time that it's constantly flowing, and that abundance is moving. And when we say I'm creating greater health, even if you were not feeling particularly well in that moment, there's an elevation. There's an elevation of at least a degree to be feeling incrementally better. I'm creating greater health. I'm creating abundance. And with that abundance, it just makes me want to throw up my arms in joy and be open to receiving. I'm a free flow of giving and receiving with the universe. And how wonderful does that feel? So, how are you feeling with these declarations? Is it something that's enriching you? Is it something that is maybe a practice that you might enjoy? Jennifer says, I'm simply creating today. I love it. I love it. So it's a really powerful thing, right? To be just playing this way. There is a playfulness about it, and creativity, which is what we're doing. I've had people say, I don't have a creative bone in my body, but the truth is, as we're all discovering together right now, is that we are creating all the time. And so let's create stuff that we like and that enlivens us and that enriches us and that nurtures us. And when we are enlivened and enriched and nurtured, what happens in our relationships? They become more enlivened and nurturing and enriched, right? So as we create consciously the experience of our day, of our lives, of our world, then what we're creating emanates outward. And we then have the ripple effect in the world to impact others to maybe enjoy conscious creating with us, right? Because this is a fun game to play, right? It's all a game in some respect, and we do get to be active creators, and we just get to decide whether we want to create stuff we like or stuff we don't. Even when stuff we don't like shows up in life, we get to then create from that and say, okay, well, here's some lemons. I like lemons, by the way, but here's some lemons. What am I going to create with these lemons? I'm going to create lemon sorbet, or lemon mousse, or lemon souffle, or maybe even lemonade. But we can create with whatever life presents, and we do. And so let's make it fun. Let's become more active in it, and let's share that with others too. So I'm so excited to, like, I wanted to create connection, and look at the connection that I've got with you guys. This is just such a treat to have you engaged with me and playing with me in this. Is this something that has value to you? Is it something that you're gonna carry forth? Lemon has so many benefits, Jennifer says. You know what? I eat lemons, just lemons. I love them. Um, but yes, there's so many things we can do with lemons. It's good. They're good for you too, and delicious. Anyway, so what else? What can we create to wrap this up with, carrying forward in our day, that is going to put a smile on your face and lift your spirits? Let's create. Well, I think we've done a really good job. We've created joy, we've created connection, we've created awareness and allowing and expansion and health and abundance and wealth. And because here's the trick, all of it is emotional feelings. All of it resides in here. So the experience of wealth is not something that is dictated by the amount of money that's in your bank account. And actually, I've been looking at how to work this into what I wanted to share with you guys. I have been listening to, because I have more time to listen than I have to actually read. I've been listening to a book by the comedian Kyle Cease, Cease, and the book is called The Illusion of Money. And first of all, it's a wonderfully written book. And second of all, he talks about so many of the things that I've been talking about with you guys. And it's really, truly a brilliant book. And there are exercises in there to be um, connecting with the abundance of the universe. And that's really what we're talking about in today's conversation. Jennifer says, let's create love and understanding for those who need it. I agree with you, Jennifer. And the truth is, we all need it, right? We all need love and understanding. And if we can expand our love and understanding to others, that's going to be deeply, deeply enriching for all of us together. Because when we give love, we receive it. It's only like love is the only thing that when you give it away, that's when you get it. Yeah, and it's not because you get it from others, it's by giving love, you have that rich experience of love within you. And in sharing it, you actually get to experience, which is beautiful. And Faye says, to create more balance within me and what is going on around me, appreciation, abundance in all areas of my life and others around me. That's beautiful, Faye. Thank you. And the truth is that as we create more balance within, we radiate that balance and other people resonate with that, and it creates overall more balance. There are all kinds of studies of people meditating in cities, and then crime rates going down in correlation with the meditators. It's pretty wild. So when we create peace and appreciation and abundance in ourselves, then that radiates out and impacts those around us. And Jennifer says, right, we all do need love and understanding. So um, the book, thank you so much, Dido. Kyle Cease, The Illusion of Money. There's a video, but there's a book, and I didn't even know there was a video actually, but it's brilliant. You can get it on Audible, you can get it at a bookstore, and I really, really recommend it. It is so aligned with the conversations that we've been having here. So um, it's an easy read, or an easy listen anyway, and very powerful and deep, and there are great exercises in there. So anyway, I thank you for playing with me this morning with what we were creating, and creating together. It was such a joy. So you helped me to feel this greater sense of expansiveness and joy and connection and creativity, and I am very grateful to you all for that. And I invite you to continue with this game and this practice to see what kind of ways this creativity shows up in your life, and what kind of magic you make as a result. Because really, when you set these kinds of intentions, um, it, it, it is a form of high magic. The universe complies. The universe says, "Oh, okay, I can help you out with that." And so play, have fun, and join me again tomorrow here on Enlightened World Network. I'm Mira Rubin. This is the Core Connection, and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, I'm here, and I look forward to playing with you some more. And in the meantime, check out the other great programming on Enlightened World Network. Wonderful ways to connect and deepen your connection to self and spirit and others. And Jennifer says, you are truly a light that's needed all over the world. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaste. Jennifer, thank you so, so much for being here and for playing. And I love having you join us. And thank you to everybody who has joined us, and to Faye, and to Hope, and to Dido, for really engaging in this morning's conversation. Lots and lots of love and compassion to you. Have a great day.